Good morning. Welcome to my homework session. Each morning I start my day with a very simple process. I look at a candlestick chart with a 9 EMA, 20 OSA. What I'm looking for is just going over what the time frames and where we are in terms of the trend. What I'm looking for is slope and separation. And is price paralleling the 9 nicely, or is it breaking below and challenging or above, depending on which direction? So on the monthly, you can see beautiful, very strong trend, hitting all-time high, creating a week over all-time high, in my opinion. We're rotating back down, breaking back below the 9 and the 20, then taking it back, and currently we're trading in between the 9 and the 20, and the trend is being challenged to the upside down. Going to the weekly, you can see same thing. We had good slope and separation to the downside. They broke above, and right now we're above the 9 but below the 20, and again challenging the downward trend. Going to the daily, you can see that we had the downward trend, challenged it here, broke down, challenged it again, broke down, got back above, and now we're getting slope and separation to the upside, and we're holding above the 9 and the 20. Going to the intraday, you can see that we were going sideways. They started to trend up. They're coming back down. They violated the trend early, but currently right now we're just trading just below the 9. We've got separation, but we do not have slope. We're going sideways. And then just bringing it down to the 5 minute to see where we are currently. Whoops. You can see that on the 5 minute time frame, we've rolled over, and now we're creating a downward trend. So even though the major is an upward move, we're seeing some resistance and starting to see a little bit of a possibility of a downward trend. So what happened yesterday? So we opened auction out of range. We had an opening swing high. What is my swing high of 93.50, and then an open swing low of, I have it down here, 82.50. They failed to get back above the open, and then they rotated us down, broke into the prior day range, got down to this fractal low of 56.59, rallied it back up. But you can see they failed to get back above the open of the RTH session was 56.8875, and on this attempt they came within 3 ticks of it, failed, broke back into the prior day range. At this point in time, I thought they were going to play out my hypo 1 and take out the naked settlement and make a VPOC. They didn't quite get that low, but they did find buyers where I anticipated, and then they rotated us all the way up on the news, up to this fractal high of 57.08. That's the area we were 57.05.75 area to 57.08. We were looking for some resistance. They did find a little bit of resistance, but they put in a higher fractal low of 56.91 and then rallied us up to 33.50. This hit our first target, the 24.50 for 24.75, and then the 29 on that April 16th day. And then they kind of just grinded it up higher up into the 57.41. We didn't get the extension on the news. I anticipated that if the news was that big of a deal, that we would have rallied even further, and we would have gone up and tested into the 58 area. I'll show you that on the composite where I was looking. Then we just sort of just drifted sideways, and then into the close, you can see we sold off. And then with all of this action and all of this beautiful news that Trump came out, look where we closed. We closed at 56.8650, within 2 points of the open. So basically, the market didn't do much yesterday. It balanced out, even though we have an 88-point range. All right, so let's take a look at the big picture. So as you can see, we had this all-time high putting in, week high. They fell out of that. They came down here, tried to pull value in around the 56 75 area. They gapped down. We went all the way down, to this 58.32. I think is the low in the Globex. They found buyers, rotated us all the way back up, came back up to this former price acceptance here, and then basically just chopped in this microcomposite VPOC value area. Then they gapped up, and then they accepted price right here in the 54.75 area. Gapped up, accepted price higher at the 55.51, and then gapped up again. And then in the last 6 days, we've been finding balance back inside of the prior value area that we had fallen out of. And currently, right now, we're finding value at the 56.45, 50 area, and currently trading 57.03. So we've got a very balanced, day yesterday. Didn't really do much, but we did test both sides. You can see they tested back down to that microcosm VPOC and tested up to that range. And we didn't quite get to that April 16th right here. Is that the 16th? Yeah, that's March 16th. That right there was where I was anticipating coming up and hitting this VPOC on the news. And we didn't quite get that extension, but we did hit our first target of that 57.24.75 before falling back off of there and hitting the high of 57.41. Anyway, let's take a look at what our hypos are for the day, or what we've done overnight. So basically, we found balance overnight, and we've got some pretty decent kurtosis right here. And look where our VPOC is, right at the open and the close and the open of the Globex. So right in that 5688 area. That's where our VPOC is. We're currently trading above 5,700. So in terms of gotta go news. So let's go quickly take a look at the news. All right, so looking at the news, what do we got? So 8:30, we had unemployment. It was, employment change 7.4 versus anticipated 2.5. Unemployment rate was up though 6.9 versus 6.8. We have U.S. Fed's Williams speaking at 9:15. That's pretty soon. We're just coming up on 9 o'clock now. 10 o'clock, U.S. Fed speaking, another Fed speaker. So really no huge news other than all these Fed speakers, which can move the market. All right, so let's take a look at what my hypotheses are for the day. It's not going to be much different from yesterday, believe it or not. Where's my pen? All these things, trying to get used to these things again. All right, so what is my hypo one? So my hypo one is we're currently trading right here in the 57.03 area. We're going to open auction in range. So I'm looking for a wide opening swing. Everything's a wide opening swing. I have to get rid of this. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. I'll put in my overnight lows, and I'm sure that they're going to have them in here. But let's just go through my hypos. Let's leave the key levels so I can see them. All right. So hypo one, open auction in range. I'm looking for, again, like yesterday, a balancing day with an upward skew. I'm not looking for a lot of range, although ranges are huge. But I'm looking for open auction in range. I'm looking for us to test this LVN fail, come back in, close the settlement, okay, and then chop down here, come down, test the HVN and the value area low, dip down into the prior day range of Wednesday, fail to hold, taking out that microcomposite, and then rallying back up, okay, testing this this LVN from the upper distribution, going up, hitting the VPOC, trying to break out of the prior day range, coming up into that 5750 area, and then failing and coming down here and closing somewhere in here in the upper distribution. So just outside of yesterday's range, in around that 5750, or down into the 5705 area, that important area we were looking at. That's hypo 1. Hypo 2 is a balancing day with a downward skew. Open auction in range. Color. Open auction in range. Wide opening swing. Again, going down, taking out this settlement, coming up, breaking above the LVN, taking out this, then trying to break out, failing, or just popping up and falling back in, and then falling back down and coming back down, and then testing down into the 5600s. I'm looking in around that 5675, and then coming back up and closing in the lower distribution. So that's hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a move higher. So hypo 3 is an open auction. I'm looking for an open rejection reverse. So I'm looking for a move down, taking out the settlement, and then somewhere in between the 5686 and the 5675, finding buyers, rotating us up, chopping, coming up, chopping, break out of the prior day range, and then going up. And again, my target is going to be in that 5818 area, 5816, 5815 area, and closing somewhere between the 5815 and the 5775 area, up in this distribution, in around this this gap zone, inside the gap zone. So that is hypo 3. Hypo 4 is a breakdown day. I need to bring this down a little bit. I'm going to get rid of all of these. Yes. As soon as I move them, they don't make any sense anymore. All right. So going to my hypo 4. Hypo 4 is a open auction in range. Fail to take out the VPOC, or just take the VPOC out, rotate us down, test the value area low, fail, come down to the low, take out this naked microcomposite VPOC, and then take out, I don't know if that's the correct overnight low, that is the correct overnight low, and then take out the overnight low, and then fall down. And I'm looking for us to come down and test the 5600 mark down here, and then closing somewhere down here. I think this is a lower probability. I think we're more likely to see a balancing day with a possibility. We've had 2 neutral days in a row. We are finding some balance. If we break out of this, I'm expecting us to break to the upside. Hey, I could be wrong. You never know. But that is what I'm looking at. Anyway, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.